Hello, how are you guys doing? This is another video. I decided to make a new one. This is my coming out story again. There's no part two. It's just a redo because my last one didn't have a voice, now that I can add a voice to it, it'll be longer, I guess you could say. Um, Now my coming out story. It was August 12th, my first coming out to my parents. There's two of them. My first coming out was August 12th or 13th of 2010, and it was a terrible, terrible, terrible time. Um, First off, I got in trouble that night because I didn't let stay out too long, and I was like, "Hey, this must just be a perfect time just to come out to him." Oh, sorry. So I was like, "Sure." And so I took my mother downstairs, and long story short, for this part is once it took me so long just to say I was gay. And after I said that, she bawled out in tears. And for about 2 hours, she was like, "You're going to hell. There are parts in the Bible that say that this is wrong. Um, kept saying you're going to hell." And then right after that, she would say, "I love you. I'll open the world to you," which pissed me off because her saying that really confused me. But then that happened. That took 2 hours, and she went to my stepdad and talked to him about it, which I just wanted her to know right now. But mothers, they do what they want. Love her, but they do what they want. And so she told him, and while I was sleeping, they came into my room, woke me up, and my stepdad didn't have the courage to do it, but my mother did. And she gave me a list of Bible verses and sayings and whatnot. And she gave it to me. She's like, "Here, read this. Hopefully, this will change your mind." I was like, "Really? 4 words are not going to change anything. This is who I am." And I was like, "Okay, sure, I'll read it." I didn't read it. I don't even know what was on it. I think that was what was on it. But after that, that went on for about a week, and my stepdad actually wrote me an email instead of talking to me, and basically said that um, if you don't change, I'm going to get a pastor or preacher to talk to you, and you will go to the pastor or preacher. I didn't email him back. I was like, this isn't worth my time. So um, I didn't want to live with that issue for long. So I was like, you know what? I'll just hop back into the closet. I was like, you know what? I'm changed. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna go straight, which evidently I pulled off really well, sort of. But yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go straight now, so you guys don't have to worry about it. They had their doubts, but they're like, okay. And then about summer of 2011, going into my senior year, um, my mother actually went through my email because evidently I forgot to close it. So she went through it. She saw messages. Me and a guy were messaging each other. She woke me up. She brought me outside. She's like, "Where are these emails?" I was like, in my head, I was like, "Screw it. She don't have to live with this." So I was like, "Yes, I'm gay." And she bawled out in tears again. She brought out the Bible. Basically, the first time repeated itself, except I guess she prepared herself, I guess. And she's like, "You're grounded. No phone, no computer, no television. Um, you can't go anywhere except for in this house." And she was like, "I'm going to take you to work." So I drove then. I'm not driving now because I don't have a car. But she's like, "You're not driving anymore. I'll take you to work and I'll bring you home." Because she was like, "I don't want you going over to some guy's house before work and doing it." Cleaner version of what she said. And I was speechless. I didn't want to say anything because I would have been dead at second, not literally. And so that went on for the whole summer before school started. And during that time, I went through depression. It it was a light depression. It started off, so I was like, oh, I can get through this really well, sort of. School starting up soon. I'll be able to make it till school starts. But I was wrong. When my depression got really, really bad, and I started looking up depression symptoms online, and my mother found that, and she's like, "Do you want to live here anymore?" I was like, "Not really, no." And she's like, "Well, I'm gonna look for a house for you to live at." And I know her; she didn't really look it up. She came back and she's like, "Oh, let me tell you stories about what happened to me when I was living in a foster home." I was like, "Oh my gosh, I really did not want to hear this." But I listened, being a forceful person to listen to, um, and actually it ended up to where at a I hit rock bottom. I was depressed, so I actually had to call the Trevor Hotline Project, and that helped me so much. Even though I had to like sneak to grab the phone and call them, I they saved me from a very terrible road I was going down, and um, it it took a while for it to get better. It took probably maybe 6 months, or basically up till now, or like close to a year to get better. Um, Less than a year actually, but um, it's it's a lot better actually. She puts up with it, with my lifestyle, my way of life, whatever you want to call it. She puts up to it. She doesn't accept it. She accepts me, but she doesn't accept my lifestyle, which is better than what it was before. Um, my life is good right now, as best it can be. I'm still living with my parents. I'm graduated, and gosh, school is. I love school, but I'm glad I don't have to go back for a while. Cosmetology, hopefully. And December, maybe, hopefully December, I'm moving out, getting a place with soon to be roomie, and hopefully get a car before then too. You know, I'm I'm doing good. It does get better. I can say that. Even though I thought it would not get better anytime soon or ever, it does. I love my parents. I love them really so much, and I'm close to my friends and my brothers. When I come out, my friends were my safety net. Um, One of my closest friends, I love her so much. She listens to everything. One of my former friends, he's like an enemy now, sadly. He was there when I first came out, and then there again when I came out again, I think. But he's I don't know for friends. Who knows? I don't really care anymore. I don't know him. But yeah, and my girlfriend, I love her so much. She is my best friend. But yep, that's my coming out story. Thank you for listening. If you watched it all, and y'all have a wonderful morning at 4:24 Central Time. Love y'all.